washers. Jason Guyman here with King of Pressure Washing, and tonight I have an awesome story that I'm going to tell you that you can do this. And you know, I've had some haterade come in last week and they say you need to start bidding quite low pricing. Come in at low pricing. You need to be the $99 guys. We got guys telling people that you need to be the $99 guys, and I do not believe that one bit. You know, here's the thing: if you can sell something for $200, you can sell it for $400, and if you can sell it for $400, you can sell it for $1,000. And so, don't ever let somebody say that you can't sell something. You know, when I teach pressure washing, when I teach Christmas lights, I always teach high pricing pressure washing, because you know what I've learned over the years. This is what people say. Well, Jason, you just start out low and you will get more when you start going. You can raise your prices later on. And the problem of it is later on comes and you never raise your prices. And then you wonder why you're struggling and you're ready to go out of business. And so I want to help you stay successful. And so Walt came into the group a while ago and he wrote this today, and I want to hit on this a lot today because this is awesome. This does two things. This is, you don't need high dollar, all this almighty equipment, and you can do it. You can do high ticket pricing. He just started not long ago. It's not like he's been doing this for years and years and years. Great day today. Did a residential house in one day for $3,800. My most ever one day pressure washing. Also, average ticket this week is $2,200 after that one. Now, it's time to land some bigger commercial tickets. Got a $350 tip on Monday, which was a great start to the week. I don't have my new trailer build complete, so I'm doing this with that 3.3 machine pressure washer and a trash can full of hoses. No hose reels, just a trash can full of hoses and a pump up sprayer for roofs and a water fed pole. I can't wait to use a new setup, but this one is getting done just fine for now. Surface washing is my kryptonite speed wise. Can't wait for my 10 gallon a minute setup to be ready. Love our Monday meetings starting, or love our Monday marketing meetings, starts my week right. And so this here is very powerful of a couple things. One, we don't have to have some 8, 10, 4 gallon a minute machine to be making money. We don't need to do that. He made $3,800 in one day with a pull behind pressure washer, with a garbage can full of hoses and a pump up sprayer. That's how easy you can do this. You know, and people will say, Jason, you're just leading us on that you can do this and make money. You know, whether you got a little 3.3 pressure washer or an 8 gallon a minute pressure washer, you're going to get to pay the same whether you're doing one or the other. And that's the beauty about this business. You can do this. It can be done even with the little pressure washer. Now, it's going to take work and it's going to be hard and you're going to have to do hard things, but you can do hard things. And that's the beautiful thing about it. You know, I had a guy on here, he was getting on my last video saying, Jason, you just got to start low. You got to start your pricing low. And when you start your pricing low, then once you learn and get experience, you can move up and you can do more and you can do that. But here's the problem. People that start low never start moving up and they never go up because they start low and they have poor confidence in themselves. They don't believe in themselves. And if you don't believe in you, nobody else is going to believe in you. When you say, Miss Customer, I really want $800, but I'm too scared to ask. Will you do it for $200? Well, they're not even going to do it for you for $200 because you don't know how to sell. So you got to get confident. You got to grow. You got to key it around to other like-minded people. And when you do this, this is how you can grow your business. You know, and that is what I want you to be doing, is growing your business. And like I say, Walt, He came to my in-person training for Christmas lights this past year in Connecticut. He's comes every Monday night, and he's had issues. His whole GMB got shut down. It just went poof by, and it took him 2 or 3 days working 8-10 hours to get that GMB back up, so that way he could get them customers to get calling him back again. If you look at his GMB, there ain't one, actually there's one picture of equipment on there of a whole trailer build out there. And you know what that picture was from? It was from our training. It was from our training back in it was my trailer, actually it's DJ's trailer, of who the picture of the equipment that he has, because he's pulling around in a little 3.3 pressure washer, a garbage can full of hoses, and a pump up sprayer so he can do roofs. And so it is possible, and I just want you to know that it is possible, and yes, you can do it, and you can do amazing things. So, on my rant, what up, Scott? How are you doing? And we'll get moving on here from there. This bid I sent from my company was 8.9 thousand. You can't be scared to know your worth. So too many employees trying to start their own business, and this is so true. This is something that if you have an employee mindset, you will struggle because you think $20 an hour is good money. And don't get me wrong, $20, you can make a good living at that if you want to live at a $40,000 salary, but you can do that in no time. You can do that in a few months just doing pressure washing. I've got several people. I had another one. I was going to hit him. He's a young kid. I actually did a class at his place, Dan Moran, up in Cleveland, Ohio, about 2 years ago. I think it was a year and a half, 2 years ago. We did a Christmas light pressure washing class. It was right around, it was 2 years ago, because actually Jeremy Main, who with Pink Pro Wash, who comes in here, that was his class that when he started. And so Dan just sent me a picture today. Did my biggest month, $20,800 in 1 month with a 5.5 GPM and a little pressure washing trailer that he built 2 years ago. And and he's got $15,000 on the books for next month, and for this month actually. And he's like, Jason, I thank you so much. You have changed my life. And this is a kid that was a truck driver that had bad times. He got down on bad times, had a DUI, had a drinking problem, had to go through recovery. He slipped and fell again, but he's been clean for a year. And these are the things that make you able to do things. You can do things and do great things. Yes, we may screw up sometimes. I've screwed up. Dan screwed up. People screw up, but you can keep pushing forward. You can keep doing what you need to do to help you get to where you need to be at, and to be that father, or to be that husband that you were meant to be, or to be that grandfather that you were meant to be, so that way you can help those younger generations come up and learn from you that you are an amazing person, and you can make them an amazing person. And that is what is awesome about growing and starting our own business, that you can do amazing things. And I know that I just said about growing your family as a man, but you can be a wife, or you could be that businesswoman that is growing that business. And I got Trisha, that she's a single mom, and she can do this, and I know she can. She's got the will to do it. And when you can prove that you can do it, you can show your kids that you can do anything. And that is what is amazing, and that is what you can do. And so now, what you cannot do is just be like, well, oh pity me, I'm just a pity person. That does nobody any good. You have to take action. Keep taking action. Jason struggles with this. Jason Hefner struggles with this. He says he listens to motivational speeches every day. Every day he's listening to motivational speeches that tell him he can do this. And yes, he can do it. He did 200,000 last year. He could do 300, 400, $500,000 and still be a fireman. And that's the beautiful thing about this. You can do this. It has to be, you have to take action. We have to look at our vision, get a vision, dream visions, and that way you can see where you want to be at in 3, 5, 10 years. And if we can get a vision and we can put our eyes on that target, we can shoot at that target, and that is how we can get ourselves from that $20 an hour job, $40,000 a year, to making over 6 figures. And yes, you can do 6 figures in pressure washing. Like I was just saying about Dan. Dan is in his early 20s, got 2 kids, 3 kids, another one, 2 kids, and another one on the way. And so, you know, he's young and he's able to keep pushing. And those are some awesome things that you can do and that you will do if you're willing to take action, because it really does come down. If you don't take action, nothing's going to happen. And I hate to say that, but that's the truth. Nothing happens if we don't take action. Taking action is what we have to do. So before I get started too far here, I'm going to go over back here to Facebook, because I know I got some Facebook friends that are following here that are saying, preach it, Jason. Chris is, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. And that is true. It is not. That's right. Business owners pressure washing here. Average ticket's $1,000 after less than a year in the industry, after listening and hard work. And that's from Lindy. You know, you can do hard things and you can have high tickets. And these are some things that you have to do. You know, and I've said it before, there's one way that you won't get high tickets. These people that want to sit there and say, oh, you can't do it in my area, or let's see what's some other excuses. You can't do it in my area. You just don't have the right equipment. You don't have enough money for marketing. Excuse after excuse after excuse. But I want to tell you something. You can do that in about every area. Now, don't get me wrong. I know some areas that's going to be tough. If you're not around a city that has 30, 60, 100,000 people, it's going to be a little bit tougher. You might have to drive an hour or two, and that's fine. I got a guy last year, Rowdy, he was driving 3-4 hours a day. But you know what? He ended up making 6 figures last year, over 6 figures, his very first year. And this is a dude that would drive 3-4 hours to do jobs because he was making high dollar. And a lot of this was through gutter cleaning, not even through pressure washing. And he still did 6 figures. And that's the amazing thing, that is, you can do it. Like I say, don't get me wrong. If you're in the middle of Timbuktu, Kentucky, you're down in, but not Paducah, what's the Hart County or somewhere down, no, even Hart County is pretty good. The other side, Eastern Kentucky, and there's not a lot of money there. Yeah, you might have to drive an hour or two. But that's choices that you've made, that you live there, that you have to make a choice to go drive. And you might say, well, that's hard. Well, you know, I knew people that drove 2-3 hours every day to go to work at Toyota in Georgetown when I was a firefighter there. And so, yes, you might have to drive, but you can do it. And if it's you can either do it or you can make it an excuse. And if you want to make it an excuse, then I don't know what to tell you, because that's not going to help anybody, and that's definitely not going to help you. Someone just put a sign around the corner for me saying house wash 150, 250, and that's fine. That's fine, because they're probably not your customer. Those cheap customers aren't your customers. In fact, Dan, he had put something in the Facebook group that somebody put all the, it was like $59, $59, $69, or $99. I don't know which one it was, but they plastered these signs. You know what? Those signs don't stay up very long, and when they do go away, they don't come back. You know why they don't come back? Because they're not making no money. And I want you to be able to support yourself, support your family, and change your family tree. Yeah, what area is this guy in where people pay that much? Oh my God, here we go again. Another excuse. And I'm sorry, Roth, that I'm going to give an excuse, but I hate excuses. Excuses. Jeremy Hefner, Jason Hefner, I'm getting my names all mixed up. Jason Hefner used to say the same thing in Florida. You just can't make no money down here in Florida. There's a $99 guy on every corner, and you just can't make no money down here in Florida. And that was before I started coaching him. And after I got done coaching him, last week or two, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, he sent me, or it was longer than that, a $32 or $3,300 day that he did from one house. Because guess what? It can be done. It can be done. It can be done. Now, I'll tell you how it won't be done. When you won't ask for those prices, when you're not doing package deals, when you're not offering a $3,000 package deal. If you don't offer a $3,000 package deal, you are 100% right. You will not get those prices in there. And you know, it's going to have to be a big house. This isn't going to be some little tiny house, obviously. You know, this is probably, I haven't seen the picture of it, but I'm going to guess probably a 4,000, 5,000 square foot house with a big long driveway and a roof clean and everything else. So it is definitely possible. 18,000 in March with a 5.5. You know, we were in last year. I haven't seen him on here lately. I know he comes in and out of here, but he was a forklift driver, Hunter. Hunter was a forklift driver, and he started his pressure washing business. And last year, he did over 6 figures with a little 4-gallon a minute pressure washer. And I remember people telling me, Jason, you just can't make money with a 4-gallon a minute pressure washer. There's no way you can do that. Well, you know what? You're right. You cannot do that if you don't believe it. And I'm sorry I hate to be one of those people of, if you don't believe it, it ain't going to happen, but it's so true. You have to believe it before it's going to happen. You have to have a vision that it's going to happen, or it never will happen. Because if we don't ask for it, you will never get it. You know, and actually DJ and I was talking, I know we've been talking a lot about pricing here lately, and DJ, it's so funny because he's brought his packages down, and guess what happened to his average ticket? Whoop, it's come down. He's doing more jobs and making less money than he was in March and April. And so, you know, you can lower your prices, and you're right, you can lower them, or you can raise them. Now, you raise them, the average ticket is going to go up, but your close rate's going to go down. But you're going to use less gas, you're going to use less chemicals, you're going to use a lot of less stuff of a lot of stuff. And it has come down so much on DJ that he's starting to have to raise prices some more so that he can go back up. Because him and his dad were in a pissing match of go down, go up, go down. Well, what happened is now he's got an average ticket of $800, and he's done more jobs than he did in April and made almost $12,000 less. And so these are some reasons why we got to ask for that high price. When we do that premium package, we're throwing in gutter cleaning, driveway cleaning, maybe driveway sealing, because we want to ask for that higher ticket so that way we can close more at that higher price. And if we get that higher price up, the middle price, we can bump it up some more, so then it's not so bad of where we want to be at. And so these are some things that we have to do. And this is Mr. Manny, which is awesome. He was who I was talking about last week that did a $20,000 month, because he's awesome too up in Canada, even in cold weather. You know, he could be the same thing of, oh, it's just cold up here and nobody's doing anything. But he ended up doing a $20,000 April, and that is exactly how you can do it. Exactly. You have to be in the right area, or people certainly will laugh at you. Here we go again. I'm going to pull this up here because this is what happens here. This is, you know, this is a negative mindset that people have that you can't make money. Because, you know, I know people in St. Louis that are doing 7 figures. And there was a guy last year, and I keep talking about him at the Huge, saying, you just can't make money in there. There's no money to be made here. You can't make no money in St. Louis. But yet, he went, and there's people that are making 7 figures. Here's the guy that Jeremy Main just gave me a super chat. Jeremy, he's in an area. He's got a he bidded a job at $1,200. $1,200. A competitor of his in started in my group, bid it at $600. He got beat out by $300 dude. So a $300 house wash versus a $1,200 house wash. But here's the thing. How much you want to bet that that $300 guy ain't in business no more? How much you want to bet that Jeremy Main is going to do $1 million this year? Now, is his close rate high? No. I think Jeremy said it's like 20 or 25%. So 20 or 25%. So that means we're getting 8 no's to 2 yeses. But I only need 2 yeses, because if I get a bunch of no's and I only get 2 yeses, that's all I need, because I'm going to make more money with those 2 yeses than I will get from 5, 6, 7 of those yeses if you go at cheap. And I know I'm hitting on this hard because there's a reason that I'm hitting on this, because a lot of this has to do with this right up here, and that is what you have to overcome. Because if you can't overcome this, that is the problem with you at the end of the day. And so that is what we have to overcome. I remembered my low tech, high ticket times. Good for your mindset, 100%. Things are in full swing, but my price still needs to climb, and so does my reach. I can't help you get any taller, dude. If you drink coffee, makes you short. That's the only thing I can tell you, because I never drink coffee. Sorry. Customer said I was too high on my $500 estimate for a 28 story. Oh, well. Yeah. And here's the other thing. We got to give value. We just can't be like, we got to be confident in ourselves. If we're not confident in ourselves, there is no way that customer is going to believe you that you're asking for that price. If you are like, oh, it's going to be $800, guess what? They're not going to buy from you. It's not going to happen. They will not buy from you if you do not have confidence in your own self. Now, how do we get confidence in it? Get on this phone and take video of yourself. Go talk to your friends and say, hey, critique me. Get in the Pressure Wash Help group and say, critique me. Get on the live and say, critique me. Because when we critique each other and we can help each other grow and be positive influences and not negative influences of saying, yeah, you know what, you're right. You can't get that in my area. You were the first one. You're completely right. You will never get that in your area. And these are some things that we have to do so that way we can keep growing our business. We can get to the next level. We can do hard things. Did you know you can do hard things? I have to tell my kids they can do hard things all the time. You know why? Because you can do hard things. Is it always going to be easy? No, it's not always going to be easy. So I'm going to show you right here what happens when we have low ticket pricing. This is what happens when we have low ticket pricing right here. And so let me zoom out here, zoom out, zoom back in here. So in April and May, March, April, and March, we got 66 bids. 66 bids. In March, we closed 11 out of 17%, not even a 20% close rate. So that was every 8.5 people told me no, but at 1.5 told me yes. I booked over $20,000, and he had an average ticket of $1,800. Now look, he did it again. But we lowered our prices a little bit, or a whole bunch. 66 leads, 22 jobs closed. So we're doing more jobs. We did twice as many jobs, and we only made an extra $3,000. So we did 2 times the jobs and only made an extra $3,000. That's all. So we had to pay for gas. We had to pay for everything. Bleach. We had to pay for everything. Now look at this. 22 bids for the month of May with 11 closed. Same as March with the 50% close rate, and we booked $9,000. Now, this is why we do high ticket. This is why we need to ask for high prices, because we don't need to close every job. If we're getting $1,000 average ticket, I don't need to close every job. I don't need to close half the jobs. And if I'm getting $1,500 tickets, I can get away with a quarter of the jobs because that's what I can do. And I don't need more than one or two people if I'm doing an $2,000 job. Now, what do I need? I need more bids. I need more quotes. I need to figure out who do I need to start sending these bids to so that way they will come back and give me more money, because that's what I want, is to grow my pressure washing business. That's what I want you to do, is to grow your pressure washing business. And that is what you got to do. I like the Amish goat. You're a sexy beast. Well, thank you, Mr. Al. I love it when people laugh at me. Jason, you're a great encourager. You can do this. So I believe in you. And if you don't believe in you, I can't help you at that point. If you have a mindset, we had class this weekend. We had a class, and one of the guys there, he's successful. He owns real estate. I think he's got 25 or 30 apartment or single houses, couple duplexes and stuff. And he's in the middle of Ohio, middle of nowhere, Ohio, and he's going to start doing pressure washing. And so he said, Jason, as I've grown and I've read books and everything, and I've done leadership classes and I've done all this stuff, it always comes back to mindset. Everything always comes back to mindset. If you don't believe it, it won't happen. If you can't see it in your noggin up there, it won't happen. And I'm not going to say it's easy. It's hard. I'm struggling with this right now. I'm struggling with my mindset and growing and where I need to be at. My vision's a little cloudy right now. It's a little foggy. I'm not going to lie. I would be lying to you if I could say, you know what? I want to grow to this much. I want this much coming in a month. I'm going to do this with it. I'm going to do that with it. I'm going to go here with it. I'm going to do that with it. I'm at the point, I'm not going to lie. I'm at the point that I have struggled with my mindset of where I need to go. And it's bad. It's not good because it's all mindset. And I know it's mindset, because if you believe it, you can climb mountains. You can go climb Mount Everest if you believe it. But if you don't believe you can climb Mount Everest, you will never climb it. You will die on it before you climb it if you don't believe it. But if you believe it, you can go do it. You can move mountains if we go do it. $18,000 in March. One man band, 85% profit. What would you recommend? I mostly do residential window in Minnesota, but I grew up on the East Coast. Start doing pressure washing, or you can do window cleaning. I have people in Minnesota that have 7-figure businesses in window cleaning up there. Look up Blue Skies. That's what they do. Just caught the live. Hi, how you doing? I did 2,100 front storefront mall entrance today. Concrete worked 7 hours. Much respect because of Jason Guyman, because about prices are too low. And I've harped and I've harped and I've harped on Al because he was cheap. He was a school teacher for 30 years. He's old as crap. He was a school teacher for 30 years. He made good money as a school teacher. He went and did decks for dirt cheap and lost his butt and didn't even know he was losing it because he had a good job over here that was paying him $80,000 a year. So if he went and made $500 on a deck, he thought he was doing great, but he didn't know he was leaving $2,000 on the table. And so he raises his prices. He goes from $2 to $3 a square foot to $8 to $10 a square foot for cleaning and sealing a deck, and he's still getting them. He still has to do deck, whether he wants to do them or not. He kind of has to when you're getting $10 a square foot. It's kind of hard to say, $10 a square foot at $1,000, $10,000 deck. Okay, I guess you twist my arm. I'll go do that $10,000 deck. Because that's what we did today. Did today make you miss washing? That's because Nick asked. I posted a picture of some washing I did this past or yesterday of my mother-in-law's house and their neighbor's house, and it is satisfying. I love watching the green. I love the first house we did. It was a 2-story house. It was 2,000 square feet house. It took me 45 minutes to do it. Now that was with a 10-gallon a minute pressure washer, but it took me 45 minutes, and it was in and out in no time. It was harder for me to turn the trailer around in their little skinny parking lot or driveway, because they're on a busy road and it's down over a hill, than it was for me to do the house wash. And so that is what is awesome. I priced the job today at 5.5 hours, took me 8.5. I'm not happy about that. And that happens. It happens. It happens. It happened to me. It happened when I had employees. You underbid stuff. You know what you do? Next time you jack it up a little bit longer, because you learn that it ain't always going to go like as planned. And sometimes the wheels fall off the bus. You have a flat tire, the downstream injector quit working, the surface cleaner broke, the pressure washer won't run. It ran out of gas. I forgot to get gas. And usually when one thing happens, 10 things happens. And that's just the nature of the beast. And that sucks sometimes, but it can be done. What up, Wild Wild West? How are you doing tonight? We got Mr. Nathan in here. I fully believe it. I'm starting with a 4 GPM, no hose reels. Definitely don't look as easy as some of you makes it work. And it's not always easy, but it can be done. It can be done. The guy that I just posted this picture right here, he has less than you do. He has a 3.5 GPM pressure washer, 3.5 GPM pressure washer, and a garbage can full of hoses and a pump up sprayer. That's what he has. And he did a $3,800 job and has a week of 2,000 of an average ticket of his other jobs. It can be done. It can be done. I want you all to write in the comments, it can be done. Will you please do that for me? It can be done. Take action. It can be done. It can be done. You can do hard things. Appreciate you, JG. Mr. Gary, thank you. Jason, I'm making more money this year and doing less work. It's amazing when you raise your prices. It's amazing what happens. It's amazing that you can go out there and do less work, make more money, and be more successful, because now you got more time to find more of the high-paying jobs versus working on the $15 an hour, working on that wand pressure washing, because that's all this person pressure washing is a $15 an hour job. And when we work less on that and we work more on trying to get high tickets of finding and flipping rocks of those $2,000, $3,000 tickets or $1,000 ticket, is way better than working on that $200 ticket that you will probably have to go back and redo, because the people that are cheap are the worst customers to have. They're the ones that are going to call you back. They're the ones that are going to have the issues, that won't want to pay you, is the dudes that are trying to pay you $200 and $300 versus the person that pays you $1,000. It's a swipe of the check and they're done, and they love it, and they will give you a $200, $300 tip at the end of it. Those are the customers we want. How do we find those customers? Well, we got to look at things of how they live, where they live. If they live in a nice area, go shop where they shop at. Go in those stores to see how they're taking care of those people. That is what we have to do to be able to find those high ticket stuff. Mama needs a new pair of shoes, son. I do need a new pair of shoes. Yep, every day. It's all about mindset. And this is what I was saying. Jason listens to a 4 or 5 minute, and I love it. He's been sending them to me, and I've been listening to them because it is so true. We have to remind ourselves that you are good enough. You can do amazing things. You can do it. And we can tell ourselves, uh, if you have somebody in your life at any point in your life, especially when you were younger and they were negative toward you, that mind, that voice in the back of your head will still be in your head even when you get older. And it could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be an uncle, it could be a friend of the family of saying you are no good, you can't do it. It could be a school teacher that was influential on your mindset way back then of you're just no good for nothing, you'll never be anything, you suck, you suck at school, school's awful, you're never going to do anything positive in the world. And if you have that in the back of your mind and that ear just sitting there talking to you, you got to get rid of it. And it's not easy always to get rid of it. How do you do it? You listen to videos like this saying you can do this. You are amazing. And this is the same thing you need to talk to your kids. If you have kids, whether you're their mom or their dad, you need to talk into their lives. You need to talking to them and say, you are amazing. You're going to do amazing things. You will be whatever you want to be when you grow up. You are beautiful. You are amazing. And you will be surprised what that will do for them kids in their lifetime of them hearing that positive voice in their head instead of that negative one of you're stupid, you suck, because that one is a lie, because you can do amazing things. I know you can do it because you have talents that you can do amazing things. Take the negative and use it as fuel for your drive. Yes, sir. There's a nice house in every town. If you know how to market, you can make your own living anywhere. It takes the advantage. I hunt for clients, not customers. What up, Pink Robin? How are you doing from Florida? I'll take some of your warm weather. It was only 60 degrees today. It is supposed to be 85 next week, so I can't wait for that. I wake up every morning and piss excellent. Everyone hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. Hey, Pink. Yes, sir, Jason. Um, let's see what all we got here. What up, guys? Louisville, Kentucky here. Just finished my mixed valve build and unboxing the new 5.5 bleach pump while we watch. Awesome. That's a good area. There's some good areas. You can cross the river into Indiana and Clarksville, and you can get plenty of work there too. All that matters is you will succeed. Success is a choice, not a lottery. Take action. Take action. I'm in Medina, Ohio, close to Cleveland. You have PPW, Pristine Clean, and Josh, the window cleaner, all doing pressure washing. Give customers prices of 1 to 2,000, and they keep calling customers back lowering. Well, figure out how. Yeah, but here's the thing about that. They also give out prices of $2,000-3,000 on a regular stupid house wash, and then they are able to lower it when they don't, because they know on that 22% there that they can do that. That's how they're getting away with that. Yep, I know people who live past Mount Sterling that go to Toyota every day. We had our biggest month ever in April, 58,000 with one truck. That only happens if you believe it can. Negativity will kill progress. You are 100% right, Chris. 100% right. 58,000 with one truck. It can be done. I'm telling you, it can be done. I mean, Benjamin did $750,000 last year with one truck, and he was riding that truck he was on every job last year and doing everything he has and quoting everything, and did $750,000 with one truck. Not five, not two, uno, one. It can be done. Men solve problems, boys make excuses. It's true. I put enough signs out, the county is getting upset. Then you move them to the next county. I just seen a dude wash a mansion for $400 and post all about it. Raise your prices. It's true, man. Here's the thing. There will be people out there that will do it for nothing. But there's also customers that will not hire those people. There is some customers that will hire the cheapest person because that's what they want. But there's also people understand that that's not always the best thing out there either. PP Josh Cleaner and give customers quote for 110 G. But here's the thing. I know people in that area that still make money. Mark he's in Athens area, and they're right down the road from PPW, and he still makes money, making 6-figure a year doing pressure washing and a little painting. I'm in Northeast Ohio. Sean did 8,000 on my first April in business. Now, how do you do 8,000 when it's your first month? By asking for it. You don't make $8,000 by giving out $200 bids. That's not how you do it. If you get a house quote, and if it don't have $1,000 bid on it, you are leaving money on the table. What? How am I going to give $1,000 bid, Jason? Now, I didn't say you didn't give them a $400 or $300 option, but we're going to give them a $300 option. We're going to give them a $700 option, and we're going to give them a $1,000 option. Why are we going to give them a $1,000 option? How can I give them a $1,000 option? Well, we're going to do exterior window cleaning. We can do driveway cleaning, driveway sealing. We can do gutter cleanouts. There's all kinds of things we can do to get that $1,000 average ticket there. Or if it's a bigger house, it's going to be a $1,500 ticket that's going out. Yes, people will pay it. There's a percent that will pick that 25, that high ticket every time because they are premium type people. Why do you think everybody has packages? Because they know people will pay. You're done coaching me. Can I get an extension on the coaching? I still have a long ways to grow. Actually, I can. I'm going to put a link in here. So I'm going to start doing a mentorship again. I have 5 people in it right now, but actually I think I got 6 in it, or will have. Here's the deal though. I'm going to do 2 different classes of people. And so the original 5, there's 1 or 2 that's probably going to get bumped up. And so one class is you're just starting out and you're trying to get to $100,000. And then the next one is you've done 100,000 and you're trying to get 7 figures, or you're trying to grow and scale. And so if you want to check this out, you can go fill this out here. I will put this up on here, and I'm going to lose my comments, but and this is, if it will allow me to put the comment there. Well, crap. If you go to pressurewashhelp.com/mentorship with a little M. Why won't it let me? Oh, I know why it's not going to let me do that. Shoot. I can put it into Facebook, but I'm not going to be able to do it on YouTube. But if you go to pressurewashhelp.com/mentorship, and so there'll be 2 classes. One's going to be under just trying to get to 100,000, and then one's going to be, I got about 2 or 3 spots in both of them. I don't have a lot of spots for both, but I want to keep it to 5 people in each group. And this is the beta group, so this is going to be the cheaper group of it. If this works out, I will probably add another 5 later and just keep it going versus trying to merge all of them, because I think we can grow better if we get 5 here and 5 there, and those 5 can help each other, and we can grow it as a team. So that is my whole goal of being able to do this. But you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/mentorship. The M is lowercase, mentorship. I'm in, and Jeremy is one that I was counted for the high end. He messaged me today saying we need to call it something special. I don't know what we're going to call it. The high 7s, baby. The road to the 7s. But yes, All because Jason said, raise your prices. Wait, oh, I see what you wrote, Al. Cameron from Facebook on the there. I have a pressure washer, surface cleaner, pump up sprayer now. Only thing I need to do is get a downstream injector and J rod. Is that all I need? I'm going to start this as soon as my vehicle is good and intact. Yes, that will be all you need. That's all. That's all. That's all he has right here to do a $3,800 day and the average ticket of $2,200. That's all he's got. He ain't got nothing special. It can be done or it can't be done. Your choice. Pink Robin. That is such truth, Jason. Those words linger until you turn that off with new positive input. And it's sad, man. You know, people don't realize how much words can hurt you, that it can tear you down, it can destroy you. You can destroy somebody. You can also make somebody amazing. You can uplift people. You can help people and get people where they need to go at by just being positive to them. Jason, greatest coach. I'm going to start hitting subdivisions around here. The master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. Go for it. I mean, what's the worst can happen? You got to go get another job at the same place you left before you came here. Right now, if you're breathing and you show up for work, you can make about as much money as you want to because nobody wants to do that. In Texas, does anyone under unloader last more than 2 seasons for an 8-gallon? They should, not always, but they should. I'm a one rig rodeo and can bank $150,000 and almost 60 years old. Don't let him outwork you, you young whippersnappers. There will always be a cheaper price. You got that right. Nice and easy. Quick $700 house wash today. That's awesome, Big George. All because Jason raised hell and said, keep raising your prices. Raise your prices. Raise your prices. Hey, if you want to and you don't mind cussing and a bald-headed dude, go check out Al's channel. I just seen somebody put Al's Hydro Wash Good video the other day, guy. Go check out his channel. He does put some stuff out there that's worth the watch, or you can watch his old butt trying to work. It's kind of funny. But yeah, you can definitely, he does cuss a lot. So if you don't like that, then I wouldn't go there. But if you don't mind the cussing, he's good to watch. I like poking at him, so it's fun. He pokes back at me, so that's all right. Don't hire me for low prices. You ain't getting it. Hire me for best service around town. Made $7,500 one day exterior parking garage walls. Maintenance manager had no idea what soft wash was. I did a test spot and educated him, showed proof we killed the algae, and yes, they will pay. But you know what? They won't pay if we don't ask. If we don't believe that we're worth $7,500 for one day, you'll never get $7,500 in one day. But here's proof that you can get $7,500 in one day. Because he believes in himself, he has the right equipment, he's learned how to sell it, and guess what? He did $7,500 in one day. But you know what? If you don't ask for it, you'll never get it. And that's all I can tell you guys. You got to start asking for it. You got to start giving packages. If you're not, you're leaving a lot of money sitting on the table. Our minimum charge is $400 no matter what. The truck don't move for less. And that's how we can do this. Now, I never forget, when I was doing yard signs, I heard one guy was like, well, this person was calling for just a small deck or something. Well, we have a minimum of $400, $300. Is there anything else you need pressure wash? Instead of saying, oh, okay, you got that deck, it's $300. That's all he would have had to say. But no, we went there and lost the sale because now you're too expensive. Because you want me to not pay more than that versus, hey, it's $300. You want it? We can schedule you. We have an opening on Thursday. You want me to come? I know I'm not capable of putting $500 worth of work into something. Exactly, Nathan. 10 years from now, I'm still want to be in the game. You can't slum around on price forever. I'm in. Count me in too. We'll go sign up. Good deal. R500. Then again, 5.5 gallon diesel right now. Laugh my tail off, and that's the truth. So that's what DJ was. We were talking about DJ, and he did 2 jobs up in Loveland, and it's 30-40 minutes away. He spent almost 20 or 30 gallons in gas that day between 3 jobs. It cost him. It um, ended up being like almost $50 per job just for gas. Plus you got $30 because the cost of bleaches went up too. So you got $20. So you had $70 per job to do a $1,500 day. So you had over $200 just in cost. $210 just in cost, not counting the Google ads to get the job, not counting the workers' comp and all the other good things that go into it. We did 11,000 in just 4 weeks. Now it's not much at all, but building momentum. And that's a lot of people did well in April, and it has slowed down in April. Or a lot of people did well in March, did okay in April, and it slowed down, but it's starting to pick up now. His class can make you $1 million in 5 years, $200,000 a year. You're right. Don't be telling my secrets out there. Just logging in. What's good? I want to tell you what's good. I want to show you what Walt did. You know who Walt is. Walt did amazing, and you may have seen it in the Facebook group. He did a $3,800 most ever in 1 day pressure washing. Average ticket this week is $2,200. After that, got a $350 tip. I don't have my Neutralizer build, so I'm doing this with a 3.3 pressure washer and a trash can full of hoses, no hose reels, and a pump up sprayer for roofs. You can do it, and I know you can because you've done it too. Everyone should do it and say it out loud. Our new minimum is $400 or the truck don't move. I want to knock on $300,000 part-time, of course. Listen, guys, Jason Hefner is going to do $300,000 part-time because he has a full-time firefighter job as a paramedic, as a head paramedic. So it ain't like he's in a busy stations, that it's not like he's getting a lot of sleep. So it can be done. You will get there. You're so not part-time. Stop that BS. He don't work the weekends of actually working. I have stopped worrying about the cheaper competition. I quoted a roof for $1,650. Window Genie was at $500, another guy at $800, and one at $900. Guess who got the job? Oh, me. A little, and I'm sorry I'm picking on you, Nathan, a little 21-year-old, I don't know how, you're pretty young, kid. I mean, he's like this tall to me, which I know I'm 6'6", but he's probably 5.5, 6 feet, barely if he's lucky. Young and able to close a $1,600 job. Now, you can tell me all day long that you cannot make money in my area because all you got is a $500 Window Genie, which is a franchise, because that big franchise is just charging too little and I can't charge nothing, and he closes a $1,650 job. It can be done. Now, you know what he did? I'll tell you what he did. He's done a lot. He came to one of my classes. He went to and learned from Grant Cardone and took his class and learned how to close sales and learn how to talk about sales. And he reads books and he does the thing that you need to do so that you can be successful. I'm not telling you to go out there and just start throwing stuff up in the air and not know what to do. Go educate yourself. Go do Grant Cardone's 10X stuff. Go do Dan Kennedy's marketing. The OG of marketing is Dan Kennedy. Go read everything you can about Dan Kennedy and talking about high pricing and all that kind of stuff, because that's what people do to be successful. That's what you do. That's just what you do. Jen said I can't go back to being a garbage man. But he's got people asking him to come as a garbage man. He got asked the other day if he wanted to work as a garbage man. Hey, I've been looking into purchasing a pressure washer to start my pressure washing business. I think I need 4,000 psi, which you don't, and a 4 GPM pressure washer. What do you recommend on the first purchase? You don't need 4,000 psi. It's not about pressure. A 4 gallon per minute is good. If you can afford it, I would go to a 5.5 on that smaller motor. You can usually get them for about $16,000 to $2,000 is where you'll be at in cost. It's a 5.5 gallon on a Honda 390 will be way better. Now, if you can't afford that extra, you can get a 4 gallon a minute. The PSI means nothing. PSI means absolutely nothing. Well, there is a saying, best known beats best service. What do you think? Yeah. I'm running a 4 gallon GPM, 250 feet of hose, 300 feet of water hose, 24-inch surface cleaner, but my marketing sucks. Working on that seems a bit harder than I thought. Let's hit on that. That's a good point, Michael. People always think that it's all about the equipment, and it isn't. It's about this right here. This person right here that I've been talking about, he's been doing all the marketing stuff that a lot of marketing. He's on every one of my marketing calls. If you want to come join my marketing calls, go to King of Pressure Washing and put in Mother's Day, all one word in the discount. It'll give you 2 free months. You can come to 8 meetings, 8 of the marketing meetings that will help you grow. And Walt comes to everyone in doing everything that he needs to. And so marketing is not as easy as a lot of people. And that's why I say learn from, I give you a lot of the basics, and I can teach you how to get to 100,000, 200, 300,000. But if you really want to learn like like a lot, you don't ever stop learning. I read every marketing magazine, anything that comes over the internet for marketing. I'm just always Bright Local sending stuff out, and White Spark is sending stuff out, and I'm reading all that stuff to keep myself up on marketing, so that way I understand marketing. Because if we can't get this to ring, it don't matter what kind of pressure washer you have. It don't matter what kind of soft wash system you have. It don't matter what kind of trailer you have. It don't matter what kind of truck you have. If you can't get this to ring, it does you no good. And so that's why I say put so much money in marketing before I would ever put anything into pressure washing equipment. I went to quote a roof, ended up sending 20 pictures, none of which included the roof. Trying to get well known, Nathan. Currently talking to a dozen different churches and to small demos. All the parishes have high Google ratings and high attendance. Raised my prices and about to raise them again. Jason, check out a concert venue today. Close the deal of the year. Sponsorship on billboards and videos instead of money. Nice. How much is the mentorship? It's $250 a month is what it's going to be. I booked a job yesterday here's another one. John Hobson come to the class, killing it. He is killing it way before he ever came to the class, but he took actions on things that he needed to, and you're going to hear about it because John Hobson is amazing and awesome. I booked a job yesterday that had a $99 pressure washing sign across from the house. Lady told me she heard I was the best, and the company that had been cleaning her house and windows for the last 2 years was no longer in business. $1,100 house wash and a $700 window clean, and she never called this guy on the $99 sign across from the street. Know your target customer. And that is huge, huge, huge. And that is amazing that you're going to do a $1,800 house wash window clean when somebody was willing to do it for $99. That is definitely huge. That is awesome. Oh, so I was wrong at 21. He's 22 next month. So I was right. He is 21 years old and killing it. And and that's the awesome thing that I love about the young generation is if you're willing to do a little bit of work and you're willing to learn and you're willing to go out and take action, you can do amazing things. Because, here's the thing. He could say that Jason, he lives in Cynthiana, Kentucky. His nearest city is about 30 minutes away, which is Georgetown, Kentucky, which that's not really where the money is. The money is more toward Lexington. That's where more of your money is. So he is one that's got to drive. He's going to have to drive 45 minutes to an hour to get somewhere. He could definitely be one that's saying, can't make no money at pressure washing. There's just no money at pressure washing. You can't make money because in his town of Cynthiana, you're right. You're not going to make money in Cynthiana, Kentucky. You might do okay. You could probably do $30,000 to $50,000 a year in Cynthiana, Kentucky, but you're not going to hit like big giant numbers. It's Cynthiana, Kentucky. It's in the armpit of nowhere. It's not like real far down in Kentucky, but there's no big cities around there, around Cynthiana. And you could easily say, well, you just can't make no money around here. You just can't do that. You can't make no money. Or you can take action and go where you do need to find that. He was the one that just said that, what did he just say here? I stopped worrying about the cheaper competitors. I quoted a roof for $1,600. Window Genie was at $500. Another guy was at $800, and another one was at $900. And here's the thing about Window Genie. So, Window Genie used to drive Michael Crisley crazy. Michael Crisley is the GOAT of pressure washing. That's who I learned from. I learned a lot of this stuff, marketing, everything from Michael Crisley. And I actually ended up buying his business in 2018 because he just got tired of doing pressure washing. He just wanted out of it. He had been doing it for about 10 years and he was tired of it. And he's the GOAT. He's still GOAT. He is the greatest of all time. I would say I am where I am because I listened to every video that came out of his, everything that he did. I was paid well aware of what he did. And so Window Genie in Lexington, the same Window Genie that bid this quote right here, the same Window Genie that bid this quote used to drive him crazy. But you want to know what's funny? There was like 3 or 4 Window Genies that all came and went out of business. And guess what? That's why they go out of business, bidding $500 on jobs they should be bidding way more than that. So don't be afraid to bid, guys. You can do it. It can be done. It's awesome. I want to wrestle you. That was $1,650 with just one service. You will never know what you will never know what can per job get unless you go for it. Don't be afraid of sending large numbers. Guys, Benjamin right here did $750 on one truck. You don't do $750 on one truck without doing large numbers. You can do it. He had people when he started saying, you're crazy. It was an uncle. What are you doing with your life? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to your life? Why are you starting a pressure washing business? There ain't no money in pressure washing business. And if he would have listened to that one negative thought, that one negative person, and that person can be anybody. It can be your mom. It could be your best friend. It could be your wife. It can be anybody that isn't your cheerleader that's in your corner saying, Benjamin, you can do anything you want to do. You are amazing. You can do anything. You can go bid and do a $175,000 job, and you can do that. It can be done. It's amazing. You're amazing. How much farther do you think that goes versus somebody saying, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You got a wife and a kid that you're just pissing away everything. But you know what? If you have that mentality, you will never be nothing at the end of the day. You have to go out there and do it. You can do it. That is what is awesome. You can do this. This is my third season, and I still have a 4-gallon GPM. Only time I complain is when I have a long drive away. You know, the only good thing about that is, Nathan, is then you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to books, and you can learn as you drive. That's the good thing about when you live in the middle of nowhere. I'm going for organic leads, and I run paid ads. I just know the quality of your leads that come for organic must convert better and higher pricing. Can I reuse Neutralizer that I run through my 12-volt pump? Probably. Jay, should I market on my personal page and business page? Yes. Yes, to both. Actually, in our Marketing Monday last week, 2 weeks ago, we had Savannah, and they don't do nothing on their personal page. It's all business page, and they're killing it. They're going to do $1 million this year. He gets me pumped up like no prisoners and charge your worth. My worth is $300 an hour. I rarely do work. I rarely do work in Cynthiana. Lots of work South Lexington and old people in Georgetown because there's no business in Cynthiana. That's why he don't do business in Cynthiana where he lives, because all the business isn't there. So you have to travel. If you live in a far town in the middle of nowhere, you are going to have to travel to make money. That's just what it is. I'm 18 years old in Orlando, Florida. I started my business 3 months ago. I'm currently putting out yard signs. I did 10,000 in my second month. It can be done. That is awesome. That is high five. You are amazing. You can do amazing things. You will do amazing things because you're willing to do the hard work. You're willing to do what it needs to be done, and you are going to be awesome. And that is awesome. How do you clean stamped concrete? Just like regular concrete. I just keep it mixed in 5-gallon buckets, ready at all times, $30 a gallon here, local, not cheap in my opinion. Yeah, that's not cheap. What up, George? How you doing? He is also on fire. He won't stop. I know, it's all right. You guys got me going over an hour. What's the deal? What's your mentor name? I'm trying to find one, actually. Trying to find a coach. What's the best online ad platform? Probably AdWords. Customers said Window Genie wasn't professional at all. This wasn't the first time I've been beating them. The customers say they go with me because I was professional and followed up. Imagine that. You answer your phone and you follow up and you close high dollar tickets. Have you ever heard me say anything? Has anybody on here right now ever heard me say, answer your phone, be professional, and follow up? I mean, has anybody ever heard me say that? I don't know if I said that like 10 times or 20 times or 150 times. I love this man because he told me to change your prices. Jason is truly a king. Thank you for everything you have taught and done for me and us. I was second guessing my higher pricing, then the phone rings. Let's do it. I'm not even going to get any other quotes. Thanks, Jason. That's, I know I've here lately, I've been hammering on pricing. And I know that. Like, I've done a lot of videos on pricing. But I really do believe this is the number one thing that people need. You can do, if he would have went lower, he would have got the job, but he would have left money on the table. And I don't want you leaving money on the table. I want you to be abundant. I want you, some people think, well, I don't want to rip a customer off. Well, do you want to not eat? Or if you get hungry, are they not going to feed you then because you left money on the table? No, go get what you can get. Know your worth. You can be worth $300 an hour. There's a lot of cost involved in it. You can have a nice family thing of giving your family a family tree, of giving them so what they can go do things. You can go do things. If you start being a good pressure washer making $200,000 a year like Greg Townsend, then you know what you can do? You can go coach your kids' soccer or your kids' football team and teach young men how to be men and how to grow up as a man. You can go and help people that are struggling with the same addiction that you got off and you've been clean for 6 years and you still push through so that you don't go back, but you're also giving back to the community of helping these guys being able to that they can do this. You know, it's going to get hard. It's going to get tough sometimes, but you can push through and you can do this. And this is what I want you all to be able to do. All right. Thanks for all the lives, Jason. You're a beast. Headed to bed. All right, guys. Hope you all have a great night. Again, if you want to go check out pressurewashhelp.com kingofpressurewash.com/mentorship. I'm only going to take 10 people total. Right now we're at 5, or actually right now we're at 6. So I only have 4 slots open. And the other thing is if you're not in the membership, you can join by going to kingofpressurewash.com/Mother's Day. Kingofpressurewash.com. And then when you're filling out for that, you can do Mother's Day. And on Mother's Day, we'll give you 2 free months in the membership. So that is definitely something that you can do. Also, if you want to learn how to do, Christmas lights, I'm having a class coming up in Denver. We're going to be teaching how to do, this class is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be doing permanent lighting. And we're going to be doing another, what's the other one there? I can't think of the lights. But permanent lighting is the big one from Million. We got the stuff to do Million permanent lighting. And so that is definitely going to be what we're going to do in that class. It is next weekend in Denver, Colorado. And Christmas lights is a great money-making thing. I don't know if you know that. And then one other thing here before I jump off here. I don't know if I got anybody left. I know I lost a lot of people. But if you are in the Seattle area or if you are in the Portland area, somewhere out west, I'm going to probably be out there. And if I do a class, I will be out there whether one way or another. June, the last week of June, it'll be almost the 4th of July weekend. And I was thinking about doing a pressure washing class and a Christmas light class. And if you are willing to host it or at least have a rig that I can borrow, then I will help you and you can come to class for free and all that kind of stuff. So if that is you, you can email me at pressurewashhelp@gmail.com, pressurewashhelp@gmail.com. And then that way we can have a class out there. Hope you all have a great night and hope you all go. Remember, it is Mother's Day this weekend, this Sunday. So go out there and do something nice for your mama, or your wife, that if she's the mother of your kids, or make sure that you take care of her and you treat her well and you treat her nice. And that is something that you need to do all the times, but especially this weekend being Mother's Day. So hope you all have a great night and we'll see you all later.